Hey guys, welcome back to Vince-Vell Customs. Today I'm sharing with you my PrototypeZ Color 10 Ryu Street Fighter kit. Now, I went with Color 10 on this because when I play Street Fighter 4 a lot, I know a lot of people love to use this color when I fight the Ryus. So it's either Color 1 or Color 10 is usually what I see. So I figured, let me have some fun and go with Color 10. Now, I know Ryu does a blue fireball, but in Street Fighter 4 and the other ones, he has a red fireball. So that's what I did for this one, is I went with the red fireball. I figured that would be kind of cool, like he's doing in EX. So I also kind of wanted to keep the skin tones a little gritty. Wanted to keep it more close to the Street Fighter 4 artwork. Now, it might be hard to see in the pictures, but I painted him all in black, and then I did a very like a really grayish, dark gray going down with the highlights. So that's a different colors. You can actually see it up close and in person, but far away you probably just would see black. And then for his belt, it's a black belt, but it's actually a rich black. So it's it's a lot of variations to it, but it's very hard to see if you're not, in there in person. But basically, came out pretty cool. The base is kind of like a bluish, purplish rock. So I went with the complementary colors of the red fireball. I thought that would be kind of cool. So that's what I came up with. Now, as the way I designed him, he is actually, the fireball is attached, but the back of the head, this is actually magnetized into the back. I actually put some very tiny magnets, and I put a tiny magnet in here, so it goes in very nice. And this way, for transportation, packing, you can do all that. And the same thing with the belt. I actually designed it where there's a little metal rod in here, and I put a magnet in there. So basically, you don't have to really put a lot of force. It kind of just goes right in, which is kind of cool. And at first I kind of wanted to magnetize him to the base, but I didn't like the way if you shook it, he kind of like wobbled a little bit. So what I came up with is I decided to go with the metal pin with the foot. And there's a metal pin, and this is kind of a metal piece in here, but it kind of locks in pretty well. So that worked out pretty cool. So basically, I attached his arms, and I also attached the head. So he's not actually pieced out at all. He's all attached, and it was a little difficult to paint up, but it worked out pretty cool. Now we can see if we can get into the face a little bit more. So I used Archer Transfer for the eyes, so I didn't have to worry about painting the eyes. I was able actually just to get the transfers right on there, and it worked out cool. I like to add a little bit more colors and stuff, textures to the arms and stuff, so you can actually see that there's some bright flesh tone. There's kind of like oranges, browns, so I kind of like to give it a little bit more of that Street Fighter artwork look that you see in a lot of their old drawings and stuff. So and there is a little bit of liquid water in the base. Let's try to get back a little bit. So that's kind of what I came up with the base. And the fireball is, like I said, attached, but it's all chromed out. And what I did was I went from really dark orange coming all the way up to the yellow, and then I kind of let it really bright there, because I figure when you look into the game, you always see it from the side, but you never see it up front. So I figured like that's what you would see up front, kind of. So that's what I came up with. Now his hair does have some browns in it. I did actually throw a couple browns in there, so it's not completely jet black, but in certain lights you will see, and up close you will see the browns. So fun-filled kit, really like it a lot. Of course, I'm not a Ryu fan, only because I see him online all the damn time. But if you're a Ryu fan, it's pretty much one of the best statues out there. A lot of action to it, really screams Ryu. I think Color 10 worked out pretty good for this as well. And the cool thing about these kits is you can do any of your favorite colors you want. You can make up your own colors. It's a real blast. For the base though, underneath, like all the Street Fighter kits that I plan to do, what I did was, let's get him down here so we don't snap anything. Let's see. Okay, so I signed the base, and it's number 15 of 150. What I did was I drill out the little part, and I glue this on the bottom, and I sign it, and I put my felt pads on the bottom. So this way, at least this is 15 of 150 made. So that's what I came up with. Color 10 of my PrototypeZ Ryu. Like I said, if you're a Street Fighter fan and you want to get into these kits, it's they're just amazing. And the cool thing is you can paint them up any way you want. If you're looking to get into painting at all, look into Wonderfest or Jersey Fest, and they have airbrush classes, and you can, you know, get yourself a kit and attempt to paint one up in your own. And there's a ton of other painters out there. If you're not into painting and you want to find someone, people like me and plenty of other painters are out there looking for work. So shop around and see what kind of styles you like. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time when I get a couple other reviews up.